Chondro Corner where we rise and grow. Twist and turn, let the passion flow. Chondro Corner, watch the future shine. Every scale a story, one of a kind.
From the shadows we move, striking out bright. In every twist we find the light. Breeding the best, gotta have patience in this game. Chondro Corner, where we make our name. Chondro Corner, Chondro Corner, Chondro Corner, Chondro Corner, Chondro Corner, Chondro Corner, Chondro Corner. Chondro Corner, where we rise and grow. Twist and turn, let the passion flow. Chondro Corner, watch the future shine. Every scale a story, one of a kind.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 40th episode of Chondro Corner on the Herp Collectors Network. Before we get started tonight, I just want to go through the comments and thank everybody who is an early bird. My partner in crime, Ro 5.0. Randy, how are you? Daniel Barry, Sports Highlights, thank you for coming on. Mike Duvall, thank you for coming on. Bodie, thank you for coming on. And we're going to go ahead and cut it short and bring Becca on. Hey, babe.
Hey, how are you guys?
How
Thanks
are
so
you?
much for having me on. I am Becca, part of Carpe Diem Serpents, and it's like my second show I've ever done, so still a little nervous, but super excited to be here.
You're good. You'll do good, I promise. So do you know
Appreciate
this Bodie? Bodie McBoatface.
No. I do not.
That's awesome. I need to change my handle. I love that. So to start things off, obviously, like everybody, how did you get into reptile keeping?
Yeah, I have always loved reptiles. So when I was as young as probably like 2 or 3, I was picking up frogs. My mom would always take me to the park, and I would just go, like, especially when it was like baby frog season, I was always going to catch them all. I had a bug catcher. I'd put my lizards in there and any snails or anything I found, and my grandma would be like, okay, we have to let them go. And I would bawl because I was like, I don't want to let them go. She's like, well, they're going to die, so we have to let them go. And then I'd still throw a fit, so I'd go to bed, and then she would let them out. And then I'd wake up and do it all over again. So yeah, I had all like the cricket catchers and all the bug catchers. And then I would put like lizards on my ears. And I got an iguana in like 5th grade because I had been asking for a reptile for so long. And that was not a good experience. As soon as it was like old, it was like a green iguana. As soon as it was old enough, like whipping its tail, like bit the crap out of me, that type of thing. And so I was like, yeah, no, iguanas aren't for me. And then I had a leopard gecko for a little bit. And although it was like me and my brother's leopard gecko, and he's younger than me, and he dropped it, unfortunately. And so it didn't fare well. And then I got my first snake in high school, which was a Brazilian rainbow boa that I had for like 8 years. But that I saw a picture of it, and I was like, Mom, can I please get this snake? And she was like, I mean, where are you gonna get it? And I was like, Underground Reptile, they're gonna ship it to me for like $100. And she was like, that doesn't really seem like that's gonna work. And I was like, well, it says it's gonna work. And she's like, I don't really care what you do, but you got to take care of it. And so I ordered it, and lo and behold, it showed up on my doorstep, and that was, my first snake. And I had that just the one for a really long time. And then because my mom was like, you're not getting more than one while you live here. Went to call, but I got one more, which was my carpet python that I have back there, and got that one at an expo. And yeah, just in college, I only had the one. Once I graduated, got my adult apartment, we started ramping up.
And then what species do you have at this point?
At this point, we have 7 Amazon tree boas. I have 4 carpet pythons, 1 Brettles python, 1 rainbow boa, 2 Dominican red mountain boas, a Jamaican boa, 1 like just common red tail boa, and am I missing anybody? I think that's it. So yeah, and my 1 green tree python, if I didn't say that already.
You're better than me. I could not rattle mine off to save my life.
Yeah. But
Which one do you find is your go-to species? Like, what is your favorite one in your collection?
definitely my Amazon tree boas for sure. They've started multiplying very fast. I have 3 little babies in my rack right there, and they're all so cute, and they're all red. And I've been dreaming about getting red ones since I like found out about Amazon tree boas, but couldn't find any. And this year I ended up with 3. So very excited for that
Any
project.
plans for more this year?
Maybe if Vinny can come through with one, but I definitely once Vinny has another litter, that's my go-to for the next round. Yeah.
Oh, Randy said go on with the 18. Yeah, go on with the black hole, Randy, the black hole.
Yeah, Randy is who I got my first red one from. Thank you, Randy. After talking to him about it for like a year, finally he like messages me and is like, "Hey, I have this one available for you." And I was like, "Okay, yep, I'll figure out the money. Just yep, hold her for me." And then Tropical Natives came out of nowhere with like a whole litter, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna take 2 of those, please. Thank you."
So this is one of the ones from Tropical Natives.
Yes, that is Havoc, and he is very spicy. Not a fan of me at all so far. So he's also really small. He is way smaller than the one that I got from Randy, like by like half. So he's a strong eater, but I mean he's itty bitty. So I'm hoping as he gets a little bit older, he'll calm down a little bit. But as Randy likes to say, all the pretty ones have such a freaking attitude. So if he doesn't calm down, it's okay. I'll just look at him.
He can still stay, right?
Oh yeah,
for sure. Had this one.
Now that one's from Randy. That's Malice.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And she is very, very, very pretty. She's already gaining more white. So every shed she's getting a little bit more. I'm excited to see how she grows up to look like for sure.
And then you have that one.
Didn't change on my side.
No, here, I'll take it away and put it back.
Still see Malice on my side. Oh, there she goes. There we go.
Okay.
That's Harmony. She's super sweet. Like I can pull her. Malice is also a little spicy. I can pull Harmony out, no problem. Like she's super chill. And she's in shed right now. I would go get her. But yeah, she's really sweet. I have this big stick my roommate found out in our yard now. I'm gonna start taking pictures of all of my snakes on it. I think it's gonna be like my staple piece outside. I'm trying to find like a base to put it on. But the hard part is once you have them on it, getting them off without getting bit.
I have like a little hook, a little 3D printed hook that I use to kind of like untwirl them a little, and then I just let them kind of come off on their own because I have a piece of like wood that I pose them on to do pictures. It was actually Randy who said put them on something they can wrap on, because I was like, how the hell do you take pictures of these things? And he was like, just put them on a piece of wood. And I was like, oh well, there we go.
Yeah, see, I can put them on the wood, and now I'm like, how do I get them off the wood without getting bit? And they hate my freaking phone. They're like, every single time I take a picture,
they go after it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have one that I don't even try to take pictures. It's like when it comes out of hiding in its enclosure, I'm like, all right, we're just going to snap a picture of you right here.
That's how I feel about my Jamaican boa, not because she's spicy, but just because if I try to pull her out, I'm getting like musked all over. And I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like dealing with that right now.
Yeah, no. Ugh.
But I've recently upgraded her into this AP enclosure, my first AP enclosure, and it's a 3x2x2. Man, it's nice. I get why there's such a wait time for them, because it's just like even just the way the doors slide is like so clean. And I was like, dang, now I kind of want to order all AP, but I don't want to wait all that time.
What was the lead time on it?
Somebody was selling them here in Jacksonville, so I just on Facebook Marketplace. That's pretty much how I found like most of my enclosures, or like I go to Extreme Exotics a lot, and so those two, how do I point? Those two are from Extreme Exotics. That one was, or those two right there, those are cubes. Those are from Black Box, and then that was a rehome. I actually got that cage and the snake together for like $300. which was a Dominican red mountain boa.
Randy.
Yep. Yeah, I had ordered my female Dominican from Randy. He was like a little baby, and then just out of nowhere on a Facebook group, somebody posted one, which was so rare because they're rare to begin with. And he was like, "Oh yeah, cage and snake, like $300." I was like, "Oh yeah, send it." So now I have a pair. Once my female gets big enough, she's so tiny still. She's not in here, but she
That's
really
cool. You
cute.
already have that like ready made and ready to go. You just got to grow up.
Oh yeah, she got out within like my first few months of having her, and I thought it was goner. I was in Europe and I hired a snake sitter. And she was great. She was sending me pictures and updates. She sent me videos of all of them, fed them and everything. But like one of the cage that she's in, like you have to be really like careful with like closing the slider all the way. She left it open like a pinky size, and snake was gone. And I have dogs, so I was like, "There's no way the snake is here." Like dogs ate the snake for sure. I'm like crying. I'm like, "No, want to tell Randy the snake's gone." I'm like, "I'm so screwed." And the girl was like, "I'm so sorry." She comes over. We look for like probably 5 or 6 hours, nothing. And she's like, "I'll pay for your snake. Like, I'll pay you." I was like, "I don't really want the money right now. Like, I'll just let me see what happens after a few days." And thankfully, she was having a bad shed because there was little shed flakes like appearing in my house. And I was like, "Okay, I think she is alive. She's having a bad shed somewhere." And I like located her like to the dining room table. And at the time there was like a bunch of crap because I just moved in not that long ago either. So like tools and stuff all over the table. And I like would see little little shed flakes in the toolbox. And I was like, "She's around here somewhere." And so I was like, I turned off all the lights and like put like a mouse down. I was like, and like put some like tape like pieces to see if maybe I could like see where she was at. And then my roommate calls me and like I had just left and he's like, "The snake's on the table. Come back. I see the snake." But he's afraid of them, so he wouldn't pick her up. But I like ran home and grabbed her and she was okay. And yeah, I was like, whew. But she was at the time like probably no bigger than like this long and like that thin. I was like, there's no way I was gonna find her.
I would be like a lunatic.
Oh yeah. I tore apart the whole house, and she made it all the way from like my living room all the way like kind of through the kitchen and through the dining room without getting killed by the dogs. I have no clue, because I have huskies, so they will if given the opportunity.
Oh, so, absolutely.
Yeah, thank the Lord.
I would lose my shit. I think I had one snake get loose. No, I lied. 2 snakes.
2. How'd you find them?
So one was a male, but they were just ball pythons. Just ball pythons. Let me fix that. They were ball pythons. Oh, forgive me. One was a male, and I found him like I had several females that were building and actively being paired, and I actually found him like in the racks where all their bins were. And then one, for shows I would pre-bag my snakes and like set them all up in totes. I just wouldn't lock the totes in. And I got to the show the next day and was putting them in the towers. And I'm like, I'm missing a snake.
How long did it take you to find that one?
So I had sent my husband back to the house. I'm like, "You got to go find this damn snake. It's somewhere in that room, or it got out or something." And he actually found it back behind all of these enclosures. So
it's a good thing you noticed right away. See, I got back from my trip and like I kind of did like a rough head count, but I didn't check on everybody. She was always usually hiding anyway, so I didn't like double check on her. And the next day I was like sitting on the couch and I was looking, and all of a sudden I like looked forward and I like, because I noticed that the cage was open like that much. I was like, "Nuh-uh." And then I tore everything out of there and I was like, "Oh yeah, she's gone." But I'd been gone for like 2 weeks. And I think the last time she'd come over was like 5 days prior, maybe 4 days prior. So she was out for probably about 5 days.
She had plenty of time to go explore.
Yeah. But that was pretty much my one and only snake escape, hopefully. And it wasn't on my watch.
Yeah, well, you're better than me. I lost one right here in the damn snake room.
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, I have done that like once or twice, but like I knew they were out at least. Like they just had, they were just, misplaced in here, but I knew they weren't in their cage at least.
I gave my green trees a chance to get out when I decided to stab my hand a couple weeks ago, and I totally forgot to shut the door on the way to the urgent care to get
Wait, what
stitches.
happened?
I was putting together the nest box, and I slipped and. But I had the door open for the enclosure for where they're pairing, and yeah, I didn't think about that till I got to the urgent care.
Did they leave?
No, they were both perched up. I called my son. I was like, "Listen, I need you to go in the snake group," and I left the door open. I need you to confirm there's still 2 snakes sitting on the perch.
Still 2 in there. Yeah, I've definitely left my green trees cage open multiple times as like just doing water changes, and I come back and he's still right up at the top,
hanging up like an acorn.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Randy's saying hi to everyone. So other species. Well, first and foremost, husbandry. Is the husbandry pretty much the same for all of them, similar or different?
It's definitely very different for the carpet pythons versus like everything else. The carpet pythons, I don't have to really worry too much about humidity like at all. I don't really spray their cages down. Sometimes I'll do like a water dump like every now and again, but I don't really. They shed perfectly. Honestly, like if I was to ever say like a beginner snake, carpet pythons, because they eat perfectly, they shed, they everything. I just maintain, and they also have like the cleanest like poops. Like they're just, it's like cat litter, just scooping them out. Like versus my Jamaican boa smears it all over the cage. So yeah, those don't really have to worry about whether it's like my Chilobothris. I'm gonna mess that up. I have to spray down quite frequently. Same with the Amazons. I mean, the green tree, I don't have to spray them down too often. I'll just take the water bowl and dump it on the pee pad. He's the only one other than like my quarantine snakes that I still have like on like a puppy pad. Just because I tried having the mulch in there and he was just trying to like go down in there and it was not working. So I was like, yep, back to the puppy pad. And even though I do like the way that the substrate looks and all of the rest of them. But yeah, I mean, I just spray them down, and everyone else is pretty easy. Just same
I
thing,
did
water changes
for a while, but it doesn't. I don't know. This room, the ambient humidity stays at about 50%, but for some reason, like the enclosures seem to suck dry. So
yeah,
like, I have the puppy pad still, but then I have chip on top, so I can just ball all of it up.
That's kind of cool. Maybe I'll try that. I like that idea.
I think it's just a very thin layer chip just to help keep the humidity a little longer. But yeah, if I want to change out the chip, I just ball up the whole puppy pad like a little knapsack and switch it all out.
I like that idea. I might try that for sure.
Instead of having to get a vacuum in there and try to keep it all out. Forget that. That's too much work.
For sure. Yeah, I do weekly water changes or if I see anything. But like sometimes if I'm in here, I'm just bored, like because I work from home like most of the time. And if I'm like on a really long call, I'll just start changing water bowls randomly, like while I'm here on a call. I'm like, oh yeah, like I can totally help you with that. And I'm like grabbing water bowls out, dumping them. And so I try to do like more than once a week if I can. But I'm now working 2 jobs. So definitely always hit my once a week. And then if I feel like I have a bit more energy, then I'll shoot for twice a week. Unless obviously there's.
I mean, a lot of people realistically, that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, I just feel bad because I get stagnant and stuff. But I mean, they all seem okay. I mean, like they all shed perfectly. The only one that really struggles with shedding, which is interesting, is I have 2 Amazons in black boxes. They're out in my living room, and I spray them down constantly. But it's like every single time they shed, since I've had him, he's like doesn't shed well. So I'm wondering if, I don't know. I bought like this shed, what is it, like shed spray. Since I got that, he's been okay. But it doesn't matter like how humid the enclosure is. I put moss in there. I've been changing the water out like even more frequently, and he still like struggles shedding. And it's 1 out of all of them, so I don't know what his deal is.
Do you think it might be the way that enclosure is? Because I noticed like my focus cubes, they for some reason they'll have a weird shed. I don't know why. Because as you can, I have to wipe them off. You can see they get like steamy, but
it's possible for sure. I mean, I used to when I first got them, I had them in like the glass Exoterra, so I had a feeling that was why. But then I was like, okay, I'm gonna move them into the black box cages, and it's gonna be fine. And they're still struggling. So I don't know. We'll see. They've had a couple of good sheds recently, though. Like I said, I just spray that on when I notice they're in shed, and they've had good sheds since then. So yeah, I know normally it's like bad sheds is like bad husbandry, but I'm like doing the same thing as everyone else. So I'm trying to troubleshoot with those two. But yeah, I think it is. I mean, if I think now that I think about it, it is just the ones in the black box cages that are having issues.
Yeah, I just I started wondering if it's maybe the size of the vents in the back, and there's the way the airflow is. I don't know. Of course, the room it's in doesn't, that factors in too. So.
I do know the fan gets put on in there quite a bit, so it could have something to do with it.
Yeah. All right, let's look at another animal. We're gonna pull this one up.
That's my Jamaican boa. That is Pandora. So when I got her, I had no clue what she was, except I was at an expo. I think it was a local Repticon actually in Jacksonville. And I was walking everything, and I saw this snake on the table, and I was like, what the heck? And I wish I had sent you a baby photo of her. She looked completely different then. And she's this little itty bitty orange snake with these big eyes. And I was like, oh my gosh, there was 3 of them. And if I had known what I know now, which is that they're impossible to get, I would have gotten like probably all 3 of them. But I ended up with just the one, and they were like, yeah, they're established, they're Crutchfield line. And I was like, okay. And I just went and did like my huge, normally I would like to research things ahead of time, but like I saw her, I was like, I'm just getting her. I'll figure it out. And she was a really shy eater, but as long as I put it in there when really hot and I would turn the lights off, she would always go to it. But I've been trying to find a male for her for, I guess, 3 years. She's like really, really slow growing. And I've not been successful because the Crutchfields, they had like a whole thing, I guess, where they don't have their house anymore. And so I reached out to them, and they said that they may have a litter upcoming, so we'll see. And then recently had possibly, I might end up potentially having access to a male, though. Fingers crossed. I don't want to jinx it yet, but it might be happening somehow.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. But they're really cool snakes. She's never struck at me once, but she will poop on me and musk for sure. And yeah, I mean, she's super cool. I wish they were more prevalent in the hobby. That's why I want to breed them for sure, because but then the thing is they can't cross state lines because they're a CITES animal. So it's like, even if I was breeding them and like somehow able to produce them, I can't share it with the rest
it would
of the
have to
country.
be a Florida only.
Yeah.
But do you think there's enough of a market out here that you could still be successful with that?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends. If the Crutchfields start breeding them again, then maybe not, because I feel like they're already like have their big adult animals. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe one day. I would love to at least have them in like the Jacksonville Repticons or Daytona, things like that, because you don't see them there. Like maybe like in Daytona maybe a few years ago, but I've been to the Daytona show like every year, and I haven't seen any. So are you gonna be there?
Not this year. No.
Man, why?
So we, instead of doing Daytona, did a family trip with all the kids, and between that and my pigs and my chickens and all the animals, it's not as easy as being like, hey, can somebody just keep an eye on my 2 dogs? It's like,
yeah, no, that's fair.
Hey, you need to come watch the whole farm. So
that's true. Is anyone in the chat going to be in Daytona? I haven't seen anybody.
Probably half the chat, if not all the chat, will be in Daytona. Which so many people are going this year that didn't even go last year. So I was like, man.
Do you get to see I don't see any I only see a few. I've seen Randy pop up, but I don't see anything else coming in. I don't know.
So it should be updating on the side. But Lisa said, do they ever grow out of peeing and pooping on you?
I think they're supposed to, probably if they were handled frequently, but I don't handle her all the time just because she seems super uncomfy by it. But the last time I held her, because I did the change, I upgraded her enclosure finally to the 3x2x2, and she didn't poop on me then. So I'd say yes, I think that they can grow out of it. Yeah, you do, Randy. Or just get one gifted to you.
And then
Question
Tucker
mark.
said he's trying to go to Daytona.
All right, Tucker. Well, you need to pull it together. We got to go.
All right.
I was supposed to get another grain tree from Tucker. It was real sad. So now I'm waiting on his next babies to be born or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if Tucker wants to share, but they were doing so good, and then all of a sudden he opened the cage and they were gone. So I'm a little sad about it. I'm sure he's got to be torn up.
That's
but-
not the part I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
With breeding the chondros, I'm like, they finally started locking up, and I'm like, this is awesome, but now I know I'm one step closer to being heartbroken. So
Yeah. It's like then you get eggs. If you get good eggs, then they have to make it through the whole incubation. And then if they make it through the whole incubation, hopefully they all hatch and pip. And then you get all the babies and hopefully they all eat. And then if, let's say, you get them all eating and they're fine and they're doing great and you get them to their new owners, hopefully their new owners don't mess up. And yeah, that's why I like Amazons is more, because they're just so much more hardy of an animal. Like although like I saw, wow, Jeremy from Brassman had like an adult female just kind of like pass while she was gravid, which is super, super heartbreaking. That's like the one thing, is that the female, you don't know, if something's going wrong. There's like with the eggs, you can, of course, like then there's egg bound and all that stuff, but I feel like you can kind of tell if the eggs are going bad.
yeah, we'll see how
I haven't read anything. I just watch and admire and try to learn as much as I can on the sidelines. I did reach out to, oh, go ahead.
You're good. Go ahead. You're good.
I reached out to Keith Flax because he's in Jacksonville. And I was like, hey, I know you breed green trees. I'd really like a mentor in Jax. And he said yes, but we haven't lined up yet. So maybe
That'd be
one day.
good that it has somebody that close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my goal. And then now that I know you're not that far away, definitely need to schedule
Yeah,
a
but
trip.
I'm still new in this. Like, I just finally got my two to figure it out and lock. So Lord only knows, it might be another year and a half before I get anything else, with the rate we're going. But it's been a journey. I bounce a lot of stuff off Bill Stiegel, obviously, when I have questions. He's the one who kind of got me into this, and he's stuck with me at this point when I need advice. But
How'd you did you just kind of introduce yourself through social media, or you met him in person?
So Bill and I first met through Chris Eaton. He used to do his live Zoom calls that were just like open live Zoom calls. So we met through those, and then we would just talk through social media.
That's awesome.
And so when I mentioned I was kind of in the market to go down that rabbit hole, he conveniently had one available.
See, I think that's what I need to do. I need to have more conversations. I just like look at everything mostly from like the sidelines, and then I'm like, oh, that would be really cool. But I'm too like, it's funny because I'm an extrovert, but like if I'm just meeting somebody at like the shows, like I'll talk to anybody, but like to actually like message somebody and be like, hey, I'm Becca.
It's awkward.
Yeah.
It's awkward. I mean, I message people all the time, and I'm like, okay, you're either going to tell me to go fly a kite or you're going to be cool. So we're going to win this. But no, it's awkward.
I was very happy to see your message for sure. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting.
Well, I was excited to bring you on. So we need more. I feel like we need more females in the hobby that take it seriously.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And have that passion. So any chance I can to like bring a woman on, I'm like, yes, we're doing this.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited to see women growing in the hobby for sure, which especially when it comes to like chondros and Amazons and stuff. I met Carly in person last year in Daytona. She's so awesome. And I got a few of my stickers, like all those stickers that are on there are from her. And I'm hoping that I need to actually message her because now I have more snakes. And I'm like, I need more stickers.
I need more branding. Send it this way.
Yes, for sure. And then I posted a video wearing the shirt, which I got in Daytona last year because there's no brand on it, but there's an Amazon and a green tree. And everyone's like, where did you get your shirt? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I just got it on a booth in Daytona. And like by the time I had commented that, Randy had already figured out who like made the shirt and ordered one, I'm pretty sure. So I was like, have them message me, which I have. I still don't know who because I was like, I want one in another color.
That is cool shirt.
Yeah,
Though.
this is like
It covers everything, you know.
yeah, my two favorites. I really want a shirt that has yellow and a red and like maybe Halloween Amazon tree boa and then like all on one shirt. Because all the stuff at like the shows is all freaking well Python related. I'm sorry, but yeah.
I still have 40 of them here. You're not offending me, so.
I have managed my whole snake life of owning snakes to not own one. My brother had one, so I helped him.
Billy Hunt.
And I've never had one.
That was like my gateway. Everybody's got that gateway drug. Ball pythons was the gateway for me. So
yeah, I just had to full send into a Brazilian rainbow boa, which honestly, it was a miracle that I didn't kill it within the first like 2 or 3 months because I was doing everything wrong. I had it in an aquarium. I was trying to have it be a paludarium with like the bottom being water and then like built like a shelf with like the dirt and stuff on top. And like, it is a pure miracle that it lived as long as it did. And then it was in someone else's care while I was in college. And they thought that one heat lamp was good enough to have between 2 cages and fed it in the winter time. And he passed away. So that was tragic. But he was big. He was super long. He was I think he was 6 years old and everything. So yeah, when I heard that he was not with us anymore, I was really heartbroken. Make me one and then ghosted. Ahaha. Randy, can we make our own shirts?
There you go.
We need more Amazon tree boa merch, I think.
So my my Randy Jr. that I got from Randy, I actually saw somebody's ad on Morph Market, and this was a total ditz move on my part. I saw produced by and didn't realize that Randy hadn't posted it. So I messaged Randy and I'm like, hey, I see the snakes on hold. If they fall through, let me know. And he's like,
Did somebody buy a snake from you, Randy, and then sell it? Is that what happened?
Yeah, they ended up posting it for sale. So then I was like, oh, well, now I feel like an idiot. But anyway, since I'm here, like, what else do you have available?
That's funny. So wait, I wonder if is it from the same litter that mine's from?
So the one I ended up getting from him is a orange tiger, a male orange tiger.
Probably, I don't know.
Somebody else
will
was
have to answer.
buying it, and then they decided to back off. Actually, I think it was the person who was selling the one they got from him was going to buy that one, and then I ended up buying it instead.
I wonder why they were selling it. That's interesting. I would have bought it. I'd be like, I'll take it.
But I was like, yeah, I feel like an idiot. I even said in his messages, I was like, it would help if I actually read the freaking ad. Like,
posting.
I'm so quick to be like, let me send you my money that I don't even like who posted it. Like, just throw some money over here at you and call it a day.
It's funny.
Oh God. I need someone to manage my snake life, accepting management applications to manage ME.
It's funny. I feel like at this point, now that I have 17, I realize why. Like when I see people have hundreds, I'm like, I don't know how you're doing it unless it is your full-time job because it's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think mine. I'll have to say it because I have it. I think mine's from Hellboy and Jealousy ? All
right,
I have it written down. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if that's Adonis or Aphrodite. I'm just like looking at it. I think it's Aphrodite. So I think Randy produced this one too. So this is my female Dominican Red Mountain Boa, and this is the one that got out 2 years ago. So now she's growing up, and she's getting more and more like color as time goes on. So I think she's gonna end up being like at nighttime. She fires up really, really pretty, and I cannot wait to put her and Adonis together. It's going to be awesome. But they're very messy snakes, but they're super sweet and never been struck by her at all. Adonis got me once because I went to grab his water bowl pretty fast. I didn't see him. He was like right at the lip of his enclosure, and I went in real fast, and he thought I was food, and he struck me, and you could immediately tell. He was like, oh crap, and he went running. He was like, oh my goodness, that was not food.
Is that him there? Or
I
is
think
that
that's
still her?
still her. Yeah, that's her. Because that was like the same day. Adonis is a little bit brighter orange. So I think, yeah, that's Aphrodite. And he's a bit bigger now. I don't know where
She's
he's
pretty
at.
though.
Yeah, she's super pretty. That was my first one I got from Randy and was like asking him all the questions, and I finally got her. And
Tucker, yes, you need some Amazon tree boas for sure. But Becca and I have a few more we need to buy first before you decide to take the plunge. So just hold off.
yeah, I discovered that I was in the midst of talking to Vinny, and you got mine first. See, that's what I get. I like to ask all the questions, and I just need to be like, I'm sending the money, and I'll ask the questions after.
Yeah, don't even. Yep, that's it. Ask how much and where do I send the money.
That's the
pretty
key.
much it. He had another one he posted like a couple months ago, and Randy forwarded it to me, and I was like, Lord, please, I'm trying to stay off of stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm
Please
trying to
don't send me
save.
this. This is like sending me my drugs. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm literally trying to save for a house, and my dad was like, Becca, how much money do you think you've spent on snakes? And I was like, I don't want to know. I don't know. And he's like, I bet you if you sold some, you could probably afford a house. And I was like, yeah, but like, I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to get a second job.
plead the fifth. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know how much
It's a
spent.
very
Maybe
expensive
a couple
hobby.
hundred there, a couple hundred over here.
Couple thousand over there. Yeah. I have another green tree coming, and that's going to be almost like 1,500. So yeah. Oops. But
It's worth it though. For the right lineage and the right animal, it's worth it. 110%.
yeah, for sure.
So.
I don't know if did I send you my green tree? I think maybe. Oh, he's on my Instagram, but he's cool. He's mostly green. He's got some blue underneath like his scales, but he lost most of like his blue pattern on the dorsal. So the one I'm getting has a blue dorsal. I'm really excited. It's from Kyle over at, I think, what is his name? Like Mojo something. I should know that. He's gonna be like, why didn't you know?
Do the shameless plug.
From Florida. Mojo Herpticulture. There we go. Mojo Herpticulture. Yeah. He was in Florida and just moved like all the way across the country. That is Helios. He is my zebra. He was in a tub for a bit, and I just moved him into his enclosure, and finally, and every time I opened it for a bit, he was running like all the way up at the top. And now I can open it and he doesn't run. So I'm hoping now soon I can start trying to have him come out on his own. But he doesn't respond well to like being forced to come out. But I got him in Daytona last year.
That's him too, or is that?
Oh, sorry, it didn't load on my side. We see one picture. I got
the hook.
Yes. Oh, there he is. That's him too. Yeah.
He's pretty.
So I got him in Daytona, and that he was my first snake that I had gotten after I think a year of not buying anything. And then I went like 6 months without getting anything. And then, oh yeah, no, Kyle's awesome. I'm super excited. I send my final payment this week, and then I think it's a she, so I'm very excited.
And Tucker also got one from him.
Ooh. Tucker has like 1 million huskies. And what's up, Dre?
Hey, Dre.
I have 3 huskies, so I don't know how Tucker does it, but yeah. I think he said 7. No, he might have more. Tucker, how many dogs do you have? I think I'm wrong. I think it's more than that. But yeah, that one was produced by Blended Creations was their name. And I got that one in Daytona. I try not to buy at shows most of the time, but sometimes I get got.
Tucker says he has 0 dogs.
Okay, never mind. I'm thinking of. I'm so bad with names. He says I have 0 dogs. Hold on. Somebody has 1 million huskies, and now I'm gonna feel silly. Well,
God bless whoever does, because that's a lot of freaking fur everywhere.
yeah. If I remember, then I will let them know. Like, how did you get us mixed up? But I can't remember. Somebody has green trees and huskies, so I was like, hey, same page.
He used to have one. You know. But nobody has
my
pigs.
roommate's dog. No one has pigs. Yeah, I want to come meet your pigs.
Like I said, whenever you want to come down for a weekend, come visit the farm.
Okay. How do you manage all the farm animals and all the snakes?
So it's almost honestly a routine. My daughter, when she's here and not at her dad's, actually helps out a ton. She pretty much handles like the chickens, the pigs. Like, she's going to be my little veterinarian. I'm almost positive. Either that, or she's going to have to find a really rich husband one day who's willing to let her have just nothing but farm animals.
Like Millie Bobby Brown has like now literally, I mean, she's rich too, but she owns like a whole farm, and she has, I think, I don't even know how many dogs. Now she's married to like
she
John Bon Jovi's son.
She loves the animals. But you almost get like the pigs you feed when you feed the dogs. So it's like everybody just gets fed at the same time. And then the chickens, realistically, you only have to top off water and food like every other day or every 3 days. So you just go out there to check on them, make sure nobody's got any issues.
Do you sell any of the eggs that you get, or you just kind of give them out to friends, or?
So I don't have any eggs yet. The chickens is a new thing for me.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't had any eggs yet. I'm just growing them out. And then I discovered like the all black, the I Am Samani chickens. So I was like, well, I'm going to do like a little breeding flock of solid black chickens.
I wanted to like maybe breed quail, because I feel like it would be cool to do, and then have quail eggs and quail to feed the snakes. But I feel like I wouldn't. I feel like once I bonded to the quail, I'd be like, oh, I can't. Like, I would just be too heartbroken.
It's not I've considered it, because the quail, they actually make like, they almost look like a rack. It's almost the same setup as like a snake rack or a rat rack. And they have the individual like cubbies, and they have watering systems and a feeding tray. So I've actually thought about doing like button quail.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
But I'm like, I could literally like incubate the eggs, snatch the day old button quail chicks out.
Exactly. I would just cry. Like, I fed my snakes live like twice, and it made me cry. I was too sad. Yeah, Randy's right. He does live in my area. Yep.
Steven's
I just don't know what his @ is, but yeah.
Randy will get that for you. Like,
Randy literally is like, if you need to know something, just ask Randy for sure.
A wealth of knowledge, that's for sure.
I think
so yeah, I've thought about that, but I don't have that issue. Like,
yeah,
I breed rodents too, so my daughter struggles with it because she'll name them as I'm throwing them in to feed. But
yeah,
like, oh, there goes Toto and Fuzzy, you know, like they're 10. She's 10. She hates it too. She's like, don't feed it off. I'm like, give it to her.
Yeah, that might be me. I'm like, no.
She's like, it's so cute. Just look at it. And she's talking to it. I'm like, it's a freaking rat. Jesus Christ.
So I did a whole frozen thawed shipments. And recently I had a really bad, I went out of town over the weekend for 4th of July, and I literally apparently left one bag of mice outside the freezer. Or maybe it fell. I don't know how, because I have like one of the deep freeze that you have to like get into, not one that has shelves. So I think I set it like on the side, and it fell down outside the freezer. And my roommate texts me, and he's like, Becca, I think something died in the garage. And I was like, I first thought the whole freezer was gone. I was like, is the freezer still on? And he was like, yeah, no, it's still on. And I was like, he's like, uh-oh, I think I figured out what happened. And I was like, what? He's like, there's a bag of mice outside the freezer, and it's definitely been there for days. And I was like, oh no. Yeah, and it was, he said it's the garage smelled like so bad that it was like seeping into the house. So he's a real one for having to clean that up while I was out of town. I felt terrible.
Do you have a camera in that space so you could catch him like gagging?
No, I wish.
I have several videos people have gotten of me literally like retching. Because I have such a bad gag reflex. It's like one of them kills a rat and it ends up in the water bowl. And I'm like,
You throw up?
I literally will throw up. I will retch so hard that I start watering and I like, it's a wrap for me. Every
my
single
gosh.
time it's a wrap.
Another one.
Rats
I think it
too.
was Malice, actually. When I got back from my trip, she hadn't eaten her mouse because I put it in there. And I was like, oh, she'll eat it. I didn't double check. That was my fault because I went out of town that same night. And I got back and that one had still been there. And after a few days, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. It was horrible. I was like, okay, got to pull everything out. I didn't want to Febreze the room, but I was like, turn the fan on and like the whole thing. So yeah, it was a fun weekend. I was like, maybe I'm not going to worry about feeding snakes the same day I'm going out of town. I'm going to move it to the day before because trying to feed snakes and pack my bags and like plan to leave, too much for me apparently to do in one day.
Yeah, no, that smell is atrocious. I've had like rat soup in the rat shed, and it's been like, that really sent me over the edge. Like, it was bad. And we had a couple other breeder friends here helping like clean that out after we had the great flood in there. And needless to say, everybody got a laugh but me.
But you. Thankfully,
me.
I'm not too queasy, but I think if I had to clean up what he had to clean up, I probably would have thrown up for sure. So, and then we missed trash day. Apparently, the trash didn't go to the curb, and it sat there for a week. And then the trash can was growing maggots, so that was not a good time. So, to anyone who feeds frozen thaw, don't leave them outside the freezer in the heat of July. In your garage.
Florida at that.
In Florida. Yeah, lesson learned. That's my one and done. And then that's probably like, I don't even know how much money that bag was, but yeah.
No, it gets gross because like if we have rats die, we just throw them in the trash. And after a few days, that trash can has to stay clear on the other side of the property because you can smell it. It smells like a freaking body is in there.
Here we are talking about decomposing rats.
Yeah. Listen, there's been a few times I'm like, I'm not going to be surprised if like the neighbors call like the cops and report the smell of a dead body, they're going to open up the trash can. It's going to be a few dead rats.
That's hilarious.
Have you reptile keeping and rodent breeding?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I don't think I could breed the rodents just because of how smelly they are. That's so props to you.
It's not bad as long as you stay on top of it. But I also don't just use pine. Like I do sweet PDZ, which is an ammonia neutralizer. It's almost like a kitty litter that you use for like horse stalls.
Maybe when I come over,
down, and then I do pine on top.
When I come to visit you, my plan is to see how you do it, and then maybe I'll decide when I own my house to get started. Because buying them frozen thawed is a lot of money.
But it's a lot of work, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, if I had just the arboreal stuff and I didn't have any of the ball pythons, I honestly probably would not breed rats.
Okay. Makes sense.
I'm just being completely honest with you.
Yeah.
Because it's not the cost, but when you put like a dollar value on your time,
that's true.
It starts to be, is it really worth it? Because you figure you have to be out there checking waters all the time. You have to be out there refilling food all the time. So I produce enough that what I sell in excess covers my feed bill and my bedding bill. But the days you do change outs, it's 4 hours of doing nothing but change outs.
Dang.
So it's, in those 4 hours, what else could I do with my time?
That's fair. Yeah.
So
clean my house, clean the cages, go to the beach.
Put my feet up for 5 minutes, it's like, but at the collection I have, it just doesn't make sense to buy from somewhere else because it would just be way too expensive.
Yeah. How many do you have? Do you have a number? You should a guesstimate number.
There's 40 ball pythons currently. As of next month, there'll be 6, 12, 20 more ball pythons as of next month.
Jeez.
I have the 5 chondros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Amazons. So it's smaller than it was. In January, I had about 100 ball pythons.
Dang. That's a lot.
I've moved quite a bit since December, January time. So
that's pretty cool. Yeah, I have 17 total. And when I tell people that like I meet day to day that I have that many, they think I'm nuts.
Yeah. Most people, when you even say, hey, I have this X amount of snakes, they think you're crazy, you know?
Oh, yeah. I agree to you, Randy, because I just sold my white lip python that I had, and the guy that I sold her to, because she was eating frozen thawed just fine, told me that he started feeding her live. And at this point, obviously, I can't do anything because I already sold her. But I was like, if I would have known you were going to switch her over to live, I don't think I would have sold you the snake, just because it's super frustrating, especially when they get bigger and could get hurt and stuff like that. But it's out of my hands. I'm like, all right, I can't worry about it. But I was upset because he sent me a video and he's like, oh, she's doing great. And then like told me he switched her over to live. I was like, that's great.
For the Arboreals, I'll randomly, like the smaller ones, I'll randomly offer like just a live randomly if I need to just clear out of some of that size. They're gonna lock back up apparently. My adult male green tree will only take live. Absolutely will not take even a freaking quail. He will not take. But as soon as I hold a live ASF in there or a live mouse or a live rat, then he's all over it. But the rest of them, I don't really have an issue one way or the other. Once they get the bigger sizes, though, with those guys, I like to do frozen thawed if I can, obviously. So.
Yeah, I think that's the cool thing about like Amazons too, is I feel like they'll just eat anything that you put in front of them.
Oh, they love some quail, that's for sure.
I haven't tried that yet. I got a adult. She's like 7 years old. I'm sorry, 7 years old. But a female pure jungle carpet python, and she only eats quail. So I bought some adults. I'm curious to hear about your snakes. Just asking you.
So with my green tree pair, Lisa, I originally introduced them at the end of December. What triggered me to introduce them then was the fact that my female, who habitually has been under the heat panel, shifted to the cold side of the enclosure. So I've introduced them sporadically since then. I haven't seen them locking up multiple times the way they have been until probably the last 6 weeks. She has continued to remain on the cold side, has not budged, does not go to the warm side at all. And now we're to the point where she was slamming weaned and occasional small rats to now we're eating a fuzzy rat every couple offerings. So she is slowly dialing it back on the food size and the amount of time she's wanting to feed, the urgency to feed. So that has just been kind of my trigger for them. I'm new to this, so I'm probably the worst one to give out advice. But I've talked to a few people here in Florida that just breed randomly year-round with the green trees. I run ambient, and in the room they're in, it's not really conducive for me to be able to necessarily temp cycle as early as people start to temp cycle in other places. Because let's just face it, we have 1 week of winter a year.
Literally.
So my thing was just watching the signs, watching the cool seeking, watching the decline in the feeding responses where she had amped up originally. My male is still eating like clockwork. He hasn't gone off food at all, but he's not missing an opportunity in locking with her. So I just keep watching and waiting. I do have an ultrasound, so I've debated pulling her out and ultrasounding her, but I'm also apprehensive because I don't want to mess with her too much and then it set her back. So that's kind of where I'm on the fence of being new. I don't know.
Yeah, none of my snakes except for now my female jungle that I got who's in quarantine in my bedroom, and then my male jaguar who I've got very mixed feelings about if I would ever breed him. They're the only ones that I have that are sexually mature. Everyone else is still too young. I have an Amazon that I got from Sarah from Rosie Reptiles, and she should be coming up on 4 years if she's a female, which I still don't know 100%, but I think, and Randy thinks so, but I'm too scared to probe them. I bought probes and then I don't have anyone to like lend a hand to help me. So I'm just trying to wait for a good shed, and I don't have a confirmation yet, but if she is a female, she should be ready soon. And then I should have a male. I just got another Amazon male who's definitely old enough, but he's in quarantine as well. And he was like a local rehome.
I got a few years for my guys still, so.
Yeah, I think I'm really hoping next year I can pair Chaos and yeah, same here, Randy. I haven't really settled on a name for my male yet, the new one. I feel like I've been toying around with a few, but I don't know what I'm gonna name them yet.
It's okay. We all have a few nameless ones floating around.
Yeah.
When I got
sent you more pictures.
I don't know what the hell I'm going to name her. I have no idea what I'm going to name her. Whatever.
She's pretty. You should show a photo. I don't know how it works. I guess maybe you have to like preset it, huh?
For the photos?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think, if you give me a second, I think I can just upload one real quick. Oh, you know how I can do this? I know how I can do this. Where's our link?
I like all your paintings and stuff. Or I guess drawings. I have a couple that I got from the shows, just like one right there. I need to put it in a frame. But I don't have a lot of wall space in here, unfortunately.
Okay, give me a second so I can upload it real quick.
You're good. Yeah, I wish Amazons were also still like more. I mean, I guess that's the cool thing though, because Amazons are still so new in the hobby. I feel like not new, but there's not a ton of breeders that we're getting in at a good time.
Oh, maybe not.
No, won't work.
No, it won't work.